Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on area of a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a four-sided figure whose opposite sides are parallel and equal. It can be thought of as a rectangle that has been pushed out of shape. So here we have a parallelogram. Those two arrows there and those two tell us that those two sides are parallel. That arrow and that arrow tells us that those two sides are parallel. The two marks here and the two marks there tell us that those two sides are equal, and those two sides are also equal. The other interesting thing about a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. So those two angles are equal, and those two angles are equal. And you can see, if you put some pressure here on that point, it pushes the rectangle out of shape. So we have a tilt here, so it's tilted across, and that's why it's called a parallelogram. So those angles there are not 90 degrees. If they were 90 degrees, it would be a rectangle. So that is a parallelogram. Area. The area of a parallelogram is found by multiplying the base by the perpendicular height. There is the base, it's quite straightforward. The perpendicular height is that distance there, which means that here we have a right angle. So it's not the length of the side, it is actually the height, the distance between those two parallel lines. So that is the formula we use to obtain the area of a parallelogram. Let's look at some examples. Find the area of each of the following parallelograms. So for the first example, we have a base of 15 centimetres and a perpendicular height of 6 centimetres. So the area is the base times the perpendicular height. Height means perpendicular height, which is 15 centimetres by 6 centimetres, and that's 90 square centimetres. For example 2, we have a base of 2.5 metres, a perpendicular height of 1.8 metres, and the length of that side there is 2 metres. I've just written a little note here. We need to be very careful with this example. We are required to use the perpendicular height and not the length of the side. So we have to use 1.8, not 2. So the area will be 2.5 metres times 1.8 metres, and that's 4.5 square metres. So this video has given us an introduction, and we have seen how to find the area of a parallelogram, and the very basic formula is the area of a parallelogram is the multiplication or the product of the base by the perpendicular height. It's not the base by the side, it's the base by the perpendicular height.